Once billed as the ultimate sports podcast.
I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time.
Everybody has been waiting.
I'm God gifted.
He's a bull. I'm a matador.
This is the Weekend Guy Podcast, and it begins now.
All right. This weather's killing us. Like, it feels like we're pushing us crazy. It's cold as balls outside, man.
Yeah. You know, but shout out for us for being indoors.
Yeah.
Good thing this is not the Weekend Guy Podcast outside.
Ooh, that'll be a problem.
Or Nature Guy Podcast.
Yeah. You know, I saw on Instagram today, since it was snowing at Ellis Park, two things. They said the snow has packed in Ellis Park till Ketiarens arrives there on the 29th of July.
Ooh.
And then immediately Puma did a campaign, a photograph. They're launching a white boot. So one of the Puma athletes, I think one of the Lions players, was at the field, that snowy field, taking pictures.
Oh, nice.
These guys are quickly taking advantage of this weather. Yeah.
All the marketing boys had to be on their toes today.
Yeah. Thank you.
No. I can't wait to see that man in action.
Oh, yes, I forgot to ask, how was the game? The hockey?
Oh, no. It was good. 3-0 win.
You
Back
won?
to winning ways.
Uh-huh.
Back on the score sheet.
Okay.
And we're building.
That's nice.
Our league is very tight, so...
Yeah, but it's still second.
Yeah.
It's still second?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But we still have a game in hand to close that gap up top. But hey, it's tight as ever. And yeah, we're fighting for promotion. So let's go Lions hockey.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And where did you catch the game over the weekend, the hockey?
Fortunately, I was at home with the family after a day of hiking in the morning.
Oh, I think I saw that.
The Saturday afternoon was just rest at home, and we had a few visitors. And yeah, it was with friends and family, not even friends. What about you?
No, I caught it at a place called in Sunning Hill called. I don't know. I can't remember the name of the restaurant.
Was there a crowd?
No, it was weak, man.
Is it?
What
was lacking?
The TV was off. The TV was, like SABC1 quality.
Oh,
and then the bar, the service was poor. They were overwhelmed by the crowd, and the place was not even that full. So it's like a place where, it never really gets packed. It was not even packed, but they were struggling. The waiters were crap. I actually had to, for my second drink, I had to stand up and go ask the bar rather than for the
that ruins the experience.
Yeah, so it was just whack. For me, the game was whack. I regretted even going out. I should have just stayed.
No, the experience.
Yeah, the experience was whack. Yeah, because I should have just stayed at home and do my normal stuff.
Yeah.
I think from now on.
So subscribers, your home is not too bad. You know,
yeah, it's not too bad watching it.
Sometimes when they call, don't answer.
Nah, I don't answer, bruh. Stay in your comfort zone, bruh. Watch the game in your PJs or something like that with the heater on. Yeah, you're fine. You're not lost.
Okay, so I'm predicting that the next ball game, the venue will be at your house.
No, all the ball games, even the World Cup. I'm not
going. Oh, you're calling it now?
Yeah, I'm not going. Even the World Cup, I'm not going.
Yo, this man is scarred.
No, I'm cool. I'm gonna be at home, setting up my own thing, like I've always done the previous season. This experimenting thing didn't work out. No, I'm good with my braai and my whiskeys and my beer at home. No driving, no cops, no nothing. Just watching the game.
In the comfort of your home.
Yeah, man.
Okay. No, our next review of the box game will be from the comfort of his home.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Let us know
if
it was a better experience.
Yeah, but going back to the game itself.
Yes, what are your thoughts?
Ketiarens had an amazing game.
What a storm of a game.
Especially that try he finished with those three defenders.
I saw the images, eh?
Yeah, when they almost broke his neck or something.
Yes.
So overall, the Springboks played very well. They played. They exceeded my expectations. You know, remember my prediction was like
school predictions.
30 points and so. But Australia came into the game. The whole altitude thing mattered.
Okay.
It showed that they've not visited Loftus, some of them before, and they don't even know the environment and because they were tired in second half. Second half they were not there.
Yeah, indeed. Because I wanted to say our bomb squad actually took the game even
further. Even Grant Williams, when he came in, sped it up. So they took it to another level. But Australia were not there. The scrums were not there. Springboks were walking all over them. So yeah, from
Do you read too much into this result? Given
No,
it's the
not
first
really. No, not really.
test of the World Cup year?
not at all.
Okay.
Even anyone who knows rugby that Australia will improve.
Okay.
Come World Cup time, they've got a new coach. They will improve. They're a very good coach, Eddie Jones. So they will improve. They will get better. But the question is, will they be at the Springbok, New Zealand, Ireland, France level?
Okay. So two questions, right? What did you like about the Wallabies, and what did you like about the Boks?
No, the Wallabies didn't give me much.
Okay.
To be honest, they never gave me much. They never ran the ball. They were defending the entire match, actually. That's all I remember.
Okay.
They were defending the entire game. So for me, it was just a disappointing performance from them. But now, just because of the stadium where they were playing, the players don't know that some of them, their first time coming to South Africa. Imagine an Australian rugby player is their first time ever come to South Africa.
Yeah, URC.
So URC, Super Rugby, that thing has taken them to another level. So they're going to be decreasing even more when it comes to playing us and New Zealand and so on.
I like the two captains, though.
The two captain thing?
Yeah, the two captain thing.
That didn't work.
No, it's refreshing. So something different.
Still, that didn't work.
If they start winning, would we look at that leadership?
No, they're not in any level to be winning against the top 5 teams in World Rugby. They're not in any level to be beating Ireland, France, South Africa, and New Zealand. They're not going to beat those teams. You don't beat those teams playing like that.
Yeah.
You don't.
Early days, as we
Couldn't
said.
front man up. They can't man up at scrum level. Remember when you play the Boks, you need to be manning up. It's like you're the player must man up. You must man up. They didn't man up. They don't look like they have the potential to man up.
So they got a lot of work. Eddie Jones has a lot of work.
He was pissed after the game, telling the reporters that, I think some comments about whatever. But it's not yet their time, and it doesn't look like even this World Cup, they're not going to win the World Cup.
You're calling it now?
Yeah. They're not. Meet a top 4 team in the World Cup final against Australia, they're not going to beat them. They're not going to beat them. You're not going to beat France. France is huge. France has improved their physicality. They're big. Those players are big. The forwards are big like us. They might not be as good as us, but they're big. Yeah.
They got size. And Australia's lacking in that.
They're lacking. They look so average. They're missing players. Even the forwards. Those guys have not improved from last year.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I saw. That's just my opinion. Yeah.
Okay, and from the Boks, what did you like?
Okay, so first of all, the forwards were amazing. Even though Jean Clean was messing up a bit in the lineouts, still new in the first game, you can see that. But Marvin Ori came through with the line because he's a caller, almost.
Yes.
So he came through with the lineout calling in the first half. Dwayne's leadership, obviously, everyone kept us composed, man. Everything was working.
What are your thoughts on our lack of execution in the final
22? It's always a problem.
We had about 3 or 4 turnovers
against big teams. That's where you're gonna see. That's where you need to be clinical, especially when it comes to the World Cup quarterfinal. Get a France there.
Do you think maybe a bit of rustiness played a
role?
Part?
Yeah, plus the players, but. For me, Springboks are always like that, though.
Okay.
Out of 10 opportunities in 22, they only take 2. That's like our normal thing, and it's so frustrating. That's why you need players like.
Hopefully, they will change. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like when Grant. You see, you need a player like a Grant Williams.
Yes.
A player like Damien Willemse.
Yes.
Those players in the second half.
The X factor.
Yeah, the X factor in that time. So that you need Villiers pushing it up a bit.
Yeah.
So that's always been our problem. From last year. We get 10 opportunities in 22 and we can't finish, bro. Have you seen the Springboks? They've been turned back from the try line 5 meters out.
Yeah. It was so frustrating, turning or not turning that dominance into points.
New Zealand, you'll never get that.
Yeah.
Once they finish the job. Tina, we're not. That's our biggest problem.
That's going to be interesting.
So those are the few things. World Cup quarterfinal, those things must be worked out.
Find out.
Yeah, that thing must be worked out.
Okay.
I saw Mani Lippok playing his typical over-the-top passes, but those passes are risky because those things can be caught by the other guy.
Okay. Out of 10, how would you have rated him on his
Umani
performance?
7.5 for me. The kicking
3.5?
7.
Oh, okay.
No,
We were about to...
no, hell no. No, hell no. 7.5.
Okay.
Because of the minor kicking things and not clearing from the line out. Those minor mistakes, but okay, let me say 8.5. Can't judge him because it's...
Also, he's still getting used to
the whole international rugby thing. Yeah,
yes, and it was his first start in his defense.
Yeah. So he played well.
Okay.
I think that's 8.5.
Yes, as the game gradually got on, I saw that he got more comfortable and more
into the
confident.
game.
Yes.
But then from a World Cup perspective, you need him to have played all. For me, he must play all these games.
Okay, so next week you start him again.
He plays. That week he plays. Rest maybe one game, but still plays because you need him to be more and more confident.
Yes.
Going to the World Cup. Yeah.
Indeed, because I think outside of fully fit Andre Pollard, he's the
next 10 we have.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go with him to the World Cup, you need to trust him even next week.
Yeah.
I would give him the 10 next week, but obviously there's Damien Venomse who's rested because he's tired from this game. But I'll give him the bench.
I'd go on your narrative, my brother.
Yeah.
Start him again.
Start him again because you need to give him that confidence.
Yeah,
and
New Zealand the same sentiments you've been saying.
Yeah.
If you can't carry it in New Zealand versus the All Blacks,
then
you can't carry it.
It's going to be bad for you for the World Cup. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna come who's left at home, but man, the forwards played well, dominant the scrums, gained the gain line with the attacking. Mani, he played well. Esthazen played well, but there was this criticism that he's not a bashing center. He can play the moving ball.
What do you think?
No, he can. The Springboks. He's a bashing center to us. Doesn't matter if you can pass the ball.
You've got a job and a role.
Yeah, the Springboks play a certain game plan, so we're not going to be Harlequins.
Yeah.
We're Springboks. So if he needs to be our bashing center, we play bashing rugby, and that's fine for us. We don't need him to be fancy and so on.
We've got other role players
to do that. That's our role. Our first stand is a bashing one. You bash, take on 3, but he bashed pretty well. Actually.
He did.
Yeah,
he did. I was impressed.
Yeah.
I was impressed. I think ranking our centers, obviously Dialandi and Ama's first options.
Yeah, definitely.
But the number one backup would be...
It's him and Jesse Creel.
Yeah.
It's him and Jesse Creel. So, Ulukanye had a bit of a quiet game for me. But it was there in defense, though. You could see
True.
some glimpses of him there and there.
Because with Ulukanye, he's still finding his form again.
His form back, yeah.
So
he played his role. He was fine. He was not... Didn't expect him to do that because of his knee and stuff, but he's fine. The two wingers were exceptional. The two young ones, no.
How tough is it to be a Springboks selector?
Yeah, that was tough. Those boys are on another level. Shout out to the Bulls, by the way. Shout out to my team.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
If you had asked beginning of the 2022 season, which team would provide the most consistent wingers out of all the franchises?
You never thought the Bulls
the last team on your list would have been
the Bulls. The beasts. My boys are beasts.
Wow.
We even forgot to Escom as well at number 6. Yes, he played out of his jersey.
Yay.
He played, and they took him to New Zealand as well.
Yeah. Obviously.
So Escom is also.
You have to.
It's also Blue Pool. So man, it was bad. Those boys were nice. Because we're playing at home, so we know the field.
They were so slick.
Kinnan,
So slick.
Well, I don't want to talk about Kid Lawrence.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that at Springbok level now we can see more tries.
Yes.
We can actually see tries because that's
it's not just a fly of taking all the points.
Yeah. No, we can actually see tries now, and then
like,
okay, cool. Now these guys have got a gap. The back can create a gap,
and that the fact that they're feeding them.
Yeah.
Because we've been fortunate at Springboks to have talented wingers.
Yeah.
But historically, it's not always been a situation where they get so much ball to showcase their talent.
Yeah. Clearance is a deadly finisher.
Sure. And what was so beautiful also is you could see the moves designed to include them. That first try with Mbonambi.
Yeah.
You could tell that when he cut in, he was creating space on the wingers.
Yeah.
He was coming. He was
no,
coming.
that it's tough now. I've had this argument that now it's tough, man, for selection the final 23. But we'll see as the game progresses. Obviously, Mapimpi is gonna start now, and
Obviously, Kobe.
Cheslin Colby, you can't touch him at 14. Unfortunately.
What do you mean we can't touch him?
Can't touch
We can't touch him.
No.
Hey?
Nah. At 14, guaranteed, easy.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay. So in a perfect world, would you start Aransa and Kobe in one team?
Yeah, you can. Obviously, you can. He's
Okay.
Kurt is 11 almost.
Yeah.
He's 11. He's a left wing. He's not a
Yeah.
right. So yeah, because Ketley, this boy,
Aransa.
Cheslin, he's a right wing. He's a 14.
Yes.
So Ketley is competing against Mapimp, and it's not looking good for Mapimp at the moment. Huh?
The verdict is still out. If Mapimpi comes and responds with a hat trick against New Zealand, does that make him
Obviously, that's world class.
the number one?
That's where you make your mark. Look, if you can score against me, you're a superstar. and another thing, another way a problem is the nines.
Oh.
It's the nines.
But wait.
Ukobus Riders had a very quiet game, bro.
Didn't he do what he had to do though? Set the foundation.
Yeah, set the foundation for the forward play, reward the backs. But still though, you see when Grant Williams came in, Puff, you can always set the game that way. Okay, Grant, when you come in, it's gonna speed up the game.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna speed up the game.
Which works in Grant Williams' favor.
But the problem is that can the forwards keep up with his game? Because now he's gonna if he speeds it up too much, he's gonna get isolated at tackle time.
True.
That's a turnover.
True.
But hey, he's got that extra thing.
So some criticism,
some penetration
for Purpose was there were a few turnovers on
Grant Williams.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
Whereby the Aussie forwards picked the ball up from the rucks because the scrum off was nowhere.
Yeah.
Or
I remember that.
Too slow.
Was slow because he's also suffering from the altitude.
Yeah, because when it happened the first time, I'm like, unlucky. Then it was the second time, the third time. I'm like, just note that down for future. But the fact that we've converted our points, it kind of like masked.
What he was doing. No, he was poor. Let me be honest, because he was not up to the normal standard, and it might be a case of him needing more games.
Okay.
He didn't play enough in France, or was benching in France. We don't know, but yeah, he was not up to scratch, and yeah, it's a bit of a threat there. Okay. So he didn't live up to what he's supposed to live up to, but he's got more games to prove himself anyway. But remember now, the pecking order in front of him, we've got beasts already.
Indeed. Do
in front of him.
Do you start Faf de Klerk again on Saturday?
Faf de Klerk is, I don't remember, on Saturday you're playing the first team.
Okay.
The A team, so World Cup final team.
Okay.
So they need to start.
Who do you then use as your second scorer?
Grant Williams.
Okay, so
I give him again.
Herschel doesn't get a sniff.
No. Fuck no. I'm even wondering why is he even there, bruh? Now I'm a hater. Like I saw him on the plane. What the fuck is he doing there, bruh?
Management say something.
Against New Zealand, Herschel Jantjies is gonna slow the ball down.
Right.
Yeah. For me, he does not play.
So same situation. Faf sets the foundation.
Then
Grant Williams comes and finishes.
You need to test him against. Herschel has gotten the test before.
Okay.
Came in the bench.
Yeah.
Not quick enough to be able to move the ball. Grant Williams.
But this is a scrum half who was in the URC final.
No, fuck that. What did he do there?
Eh?
What did he do there? He
played
played a wonderful semi-final. What a fucked up final he played.
We can say that about the rest of the Stormers, but
I'm just confused as to why he's even on the plane. Actually,
okay.
Like, why did he go to New Zealand as if he's going to play? He's not going to play.
Okay, I think let's ask
tomorrow the team is coming out.
Yes.
Yeah. And for me, Grant Williams.
With the second scrum off.
Oh, it has to be Grant Williams. You need to give him more time in that running rugby.
Okay.
See how and now this thing is pushing him more and more on the plane. Because Jaden Henderson can't play that game. Jaden Henderson can't give you that kind of pace.
But is Jaden going to be fit for World Cup?
Remember, he's still second on the. He is, yeah, I know. He's just it was a shoulder.
Wasn't it a broken leg?
Somewhere there, but he is cycling. He's there.
Okay.
He's there. but he's just left behind for now. But he's there.
Okay.
But he's not giving you the Grant Williams kind of energy. But that needs to be harnessed as well, like harnessed, like guided.
Yes.
So that he knows when to do. But he's a beast.
Okay.
He's beasting.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
If you give him that last 10 minutes on any team, he's going to show you miracles.
Predictions on your starting lineup.
Oh, no, you start the tried and tested up front.
Okay, let's go from one.
Started with Ox is injured. So who started? Kichi was supposed to start in New Zealand, so he's not going to start. Trevor, but Trevor's from the plane. I don't know who left scrum. Vincent Koch was there, no?
Yeah.
No, Mal Helber was playing last weekend. Yeah. So you start the other ones we have not played, but you do put Mal Helber in there.
Okay.
So normally when Mal Helber starts, it's Malcolm Marx in the middle and Kich during kickoff. So I'm not sure who's the other. Trevor Nyagana not played, so he plays.
Yeah.
He plays because he's fresh.
Yes, he's fresh.
Only from the plane or whatever. So he plays, if he's fit, he plays on the 1.
Okay.
And then on the 3, you play either Mal Helber or Vincent Koch.
Okay.
The 2 is Malcolm Marx with Wongi on the bench.
Okay.
4 and 5, Lewis Evan.
Okay.
6 now, that's why it's a bit shaky, but for me, Kwagga Smith.
Okay.
7, Peter Steff again.
Okay.
Because Peter Steff, you want to give him that
momentum
at 7.
Okay.
Then you put a 440 on the bench, Franco Mostert.
Okay.
Bench for Peter Steff or one of the locks.
And at 8?
8 Jesper Vreeswijk, obviously.
Okay.
You put Dwayne on the bench. At 10, Manini Bok. At 12, Willemse. 13, Lucanio again. 14, Cheslin Colby. 11, Mapim. Then 15.
Oh, Lucanio again. So no.
Jesse Krill.
No Jesse Krill.
You can give Jesse Krill because he travelled most.
Yeah,
but the problem is
Dialane and Jesse Krill travelled.
Yeah. So then those. Okay, so Lucanio didn't travel. He travels most, but he's not going to start. So Jesse Krill, you give him.
Okay.
Because Jesse can marshal, he's got experience, because he can play in New Zealand.
Yes.
Yeah. So Cheslin, Mapimpi, then really Ogani Damien,
Okay, you start Damien.
Start Damien, yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to put in money, you start Damien at 15.
Okay.
Because of has tried and tested most.
Yes.
So if you want to say, okay, money, I saw you against Australia, but now let me give you the ultimate test. Although he's not that fresh.
Yes.
But he should be able to, and maybe it's his first time in New Zealand game, even no money Libok.
I think
it could be his first time.
Some Super Rugby in New Zealand.
If not, he's new, that guy. No. So I don't know, but anyway, he started at 10.
Before money was at Stormy's, he was a Blue Bulls boy.
Yeah, okay.
So
you started at 10, ultimate test for him, then Damien at 15. Then when you change it around, if he's not performing, Damien at 10, Willie at 15.
And your bomb squad?
Bomb squad, Arche again.
What's your split?
6-2.
6-2 again.
6-2.
Okay.
6-2. I put in Lendwana again, or Escom on the bench. I put in Arche on the bench.
Okay.
I put in what else? 440.
Yeah, solid shift too.
Yeah, that's what you want with him because you're nursing him back from injury.
Yes.
Slowly coming, giving him a few minutes, then eventually he's gonna get because you don't want to risk him as well.
Yeah.
Arche it's got World Cup bound, so you need him for the World Cup. So you don't want to risk his injury and to assess him slowly but surely coming back into management. Yeah. Who else is there? 6-2 split, so there must be a forward. So the guys who played, Bongi's on the bench, Kichi's on the bench.
Yeah.
I've covered 5 already.
Yeah.
I need one more. Who else?
You mentioned Dwayne.
Dwayne from Marion, for Jasper Vreeswijk. He's the bench. Then it will be Grant Williams.
Okay.
For 9.
And Willie.
Then you need utility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think more or less.
Good squad. Good squad.
So Damien starts at 15 to give him now. You have to see how far he is with that knee against New Zealand. Plus, they've got that running thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
let's touch base then on the New Zealand performance versus Argentina.
Typical for me.
Okay.
Mawonga starts in New Zealand, not Damien McKenzie.
Yes.
Who else? 12.
What do you think of their performance? It was expected.
It was expected as New Zealand.
Because they sent a message to the whole world when they went 31-0 up at halftime.
Yeah.
I was like, away game.
And plus the whole flight and thing.
Yeah. So I took that as a statement of intent.
We're a different animal to Argentina. So with us, they're not going to do that.
True.
But it's going to be a close game. So if I was to give you a score, New Zealand will beat us by maybe 31-25, like a 6-point game.
I'm backing the
Box.
boys to win by 3 points.
3-point game.
Yeah. Okay. So it's obviously going to be a
So
tight
it's always a tight game. It could even be a draw actually, because both teams. And one thing I like about the Box, they're coming from altitude.
Yeah.
So they were training in Pretoria for 3 weeks.
Yes.
So there's no, and they've been there. 12 of them have been there for the past a week now.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse why I'm going to be tired or whatever.
Yes.
Because anyway, New Zealand is lower altitude than us.
Yes.
So it's going to be a very, very, very tough game for the New Zealanders first of all, and for the Box. You know, it's going to be one of those close ones. It's always is with New Zealand. You know, but for me, New Zealand, there's a chink in their armor, man. Those guys are not young.
They're not as superior
as they used to be. And plus, this year they've not played at altitude at all.
True.
They've not faced the physicality. Because each and every year you need the physicality.
True, to get your body and mind ready.
At that level, yeah.
So
it's going to be a close game.
Can we say that whoever wins this game wins the rugby championship?
Yeah, no, that's done.
So this is
because there's one more game to play, and we're playing Argentina, they're playing Australia, so they're going to whoop Australia. So to come down to who beat who between us and them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're going to win. Whoever wins the championship.
Okay.
So it'll just be a matter of how far you whoop Australia, how far you whoop Argentina.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
this is the rugby championship final.
Yeah. But then if the Box are peaking, it's going to be a problem for New Zealand.
Yeah. True.
Because those guys are like see, our players are younger than theirs, most of ours. Our core.
Yes.
Your Airburns, your Lords, they're younger than the same Whitelock and those guys.
Yeah.
Only the backline is younger.
True.
So it's gonna be because Sam Whitelock for me is not supposed to be going to the World Cup. To be honest.
Hey man, they can say that about a few.
Adi Surveyor, obviously he will be there. So Adi Surveyor will be doing the usual. Yeah. Also, I mean, if in New Zealand, I believe if you take out Surveyor from the game, no one else has got that potential to take over like that.
Also, I think that this is something for all rugby lovers to maybe even look at with a keen interest. About how the Super Rugby experiment versus the URC experiment
is working out.
Prepares you internationally for international rugby because
it does,
if New Zealand is still competitive and is going toe to toe with the Springboks, then it doesn't. It may have a case for Super Rugby saying that look, South Africa you left, but we're still competitive.
Yeah, but still look at Australia.
Yeah, no doubt. That was one test that they failed, and let's see how New Zealand steps up.
We'll see New Zealand at home, but for me, they are a little bit on the aging side. Realistically, if the Springboks step it up, then realistically, I'm not being naive or anything, but if the Springboks would step it up, take into account the two squads, and if Rassi has done this thing correctly, we should win. No, Rassi. Hello, Jackie. Hi, Jacques. So I think. Look, if the Springboks beat New Zealand in New Zealand, they're world champions for me. If the Springboks beat New Zealand in New Zealand, they win. Even if they win by 3 points, they're going to be world champions in France because the reference point will always be what we did in New Zealand. To beat them at home. Let's do that again.
True.
So for any coach now, it's easy to push the boys because they've been to that point. New Zealand is still the litmus test in world rugby.
Okay, with the World Cup in mind, is it ideal preparation for us to beat New Zealand, or would it be better if we have a chip on our shoulder, knowing that if we meet them again, it's a revenge match?
You need to beat them.
To prepare you psychologically.
It defines the New Zealand game in New Zealand. It's a career-defining moment for the players.
Okay.
If they win this game, confidence. Same thing in 2019. They beat New Zealand in New Zealand. Then they 2018 or 2019, I can't remember. Then they went to the World Cup with that chip on their shoulder that we beat New Zealand. We played them in the group stages. We lost, but that didn't deter us. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if they can do this. Because now, even if New Zealand loses this game, that sets another tone for their World Cup.
True.
That some things are not right. Something's not right.
Like they have to go back to the drawing board, etc., etc.
And the other teams will be watching. Your France will be watching this game. Your Ireland is watching this game.
The whole world.
Because they'll be taking
care. Guys will be watching
this game. Yeah, well, it just sets another tone. This is because the game pre-World Cup is this one. So it's still the ultimate test.
Yes.
So if you're any rugby person who build confidence, you need to play against the best.
Yeah.
If other teams had the opportunity to play the rugby championship, they would want to play these matches because that's what you put in your players. Like, give them the ultimate test.
Okay.
Yeah.
So legends are born from these battles.
Yeah.
And it's the rugby championship final. We're calling it.
It is definitely.
So who are you gonna look out for to put their hand up and be counted on Saturday?
The bench. Escom, if he comes on, he needs to play for the jersey to say he is supporting Sia. He'll be Sia's number 2 there.
Yeah.
Because Kwacha is a utility, so he's anyway. Yeah. So I don't know. People are playing for their jerseys early in this campaign.
Yeah.
If they play well, World Cup playing changes. If they don't play well, you're gone. So like the people who stayed behind, even Ross has stayed behind.
Yeah.
I think maybe they weren't impressed with his performance.
Maybe probably saving it for
Argentina and the other games, yeah.
Yeah,
but then remember, if you miss the New Zealand litmus test, but there's another one coming as well. But you have to have faced New Zealand for you to be on the plane.
True.
You have to have faced New Zealand if you're going to be in the World Cup plane.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. But we're backing our boykies, and the Night Kid looked good in action. So shout out to
Nike. We're coming.
And also the atmosphere at Loftus didn't disappoint.
Yeah. We never. It's my team that's all there, but there was a few fights after the game. It's disappointing.
What's the Springbok game without fights in the crowd?
Yeah, especially at Loftus.
Yeah, you can't drink Brandewijn and Coke from 12 and expect to walk out there at 7 sober.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
There's always that one person who's gonna just bump your shoulder and you think, hey, are you testing me? So let me show you.
That's what you mean.
Yeah, so it was a great atmosphere.
But we're looking forward to it's an early game, 8 o'clock in the morning. Definitely I'll be at home for that one. I'm not going anywhere in this weather. And Argentina one after that, I think 2 weeks later. But I'll be home for that one as well.
Okay.
I think for all the games, I'm not going anywhere. But otherwise, guys, feel free to subscribe to the channel, man. Comment down below. Tell us, man, if you enjoy what we're doing.
Like and subscribe, guys.
Yes. So this podcast will split into 3 different sections. It's gonna be the what is that? What do you speak about?
UFC,
F1, and the rugby. Yep. So guys, we've made the episode shorter for you guys so that we don't bore you with our 1 hour 50-something minute episode. We're splitting them so that we keep you guys interested. A person will choose what they want to see, what they want to watch. But subscribe to the channel, guys. Don't hate, don't discriminate. Till next week, Sihle.
Cheers, guys.
Till next week, and we're out. Peace.